Oh, Brad, something bad has happened to me recently.
That's not good. Bad is not good.
I'll just get right to it. I think I might be done with milk.
No.
I think I might be done. Just
What do you?
The jury is out, and the jury's
Done?
in my stomach, and the jury is gurgling a lot.
Really? You got a gurgle?
Yeah.
A jury of gurglers?
Got a case of the Monday jurgles right now.
Sorry guys, but I need to excuse myself. I am jurgling like crazy.
Sorry, what do you mean? Oh, when the jury's out and they're gurgling.
Yeah.
That's what's going
when
on.
The jury's gurgling.
Yeah.
Wait, so it's not like you don't like milk anymore. It's like
the passion.
Your body is not saying that you can like milk anymore.
The passion is there.
Yes.
Love milk. I'll always love milk.
Sure.
And that's the thing. I've defended milk on this podcast.
Absolutely.
I've defended milk to my friends.
I think we've called ourselves a PMP, a pro milk podcast.
100%.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but we are a PMP, right? Ever since Curtis Jackson said it, we have said it too.
That's right. I mean, we had like old like bits about this, like, because I remember I can still remember I had a friend who like milk shamed me. She's like, you don't realize we're the only mammal that drinks another mammal's milk. Or that we're the only mammal that has clothes and Instagram.
It's not the only thing. Yeah.
Other animals.
Well, in that case,
looking around like,
you realize we're the only people wearing shoes? Us and horses. Right?
And what's with us and the monkeys with the thumbs? Only two of us.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think other animals are like sitting around like watching, judging me for drinking.
Well, look at this weirdo.
How barbaric.
Yeah, right.
I can't believe him.
Wait, I can't. Yeah, I remember there was one time we even were like, yeah, you just had a glass of milk with your sandwich or something. Somebody's like, you're just drinking milk? And I was like, yeah, that's what we do.
Especially, I've always been a big fan. Anything with red sauce in it, give it a try. Spaghetti,
pizza, and milk.
Yeah.
Calzone. A nice calzone milk combo.
Calzone milk.
But you might be gone from all this.
Yeah, like a couple weeks ago, Rachel and I were celebrating something. She was like, let's go to Andy's. Like, okay, I haven't had ice cream in months. Had some Andy's.
Sorry, can I just interrupt real quick? I like the idea of like, Rachel and I were celebrating something. And she's like, you know what? Let's just go get some milk. Like I like the idea of like, you know what? Let's just get a nice gallon.
Let's go half gallon.
Instead of like a aged bottle of wine, like, hey, let's just go find ourselves a nice gallon.
You deserve it. Have some added sugar.
Maybe a recyclable glass.
So we got Andy's, which if you're not in the Midwest, like it's very thick frozen custard. It's about as like fatty as you can get for ice cream. And so I didn't feel great afterwards, but I thought, hey, haven't had thick ice cream in months. That's probably why.
Right.
And then last night, Rachel, once again, she always says she's so proud of me. She's like, wow, 6 months you've had like this, been doing this no added sugar thing. Very good. Here's some Frosted Flakes. I'm like, well, are you proud of me or do you want me to eat Frosted Flakes? And so, of course, I'm going to eat the Frosted Flakes. And they went down easy.
Oh, sure.
It was so fun. And I was like, Rachel, I want another bowl of these. I was like, I'm not going to. Did
you drink the milk after?
Of course.
You did. It was awesome.
And
are you a slurp from the bowl or are you a use your spoon for the milk drinker?
You got to slurp from the spoon until it's like, all right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll go for it.
Now I just need to tilt the bowl back.
Oh, man.
Let it go. And basically just all last night, I woke up in the middle of the night with my stomach hurting. And I told Rachel this morning, I said, I have like cramps. I have your cramps.
Yes.
Yamps. Your cramps. We're going to combine every two.
I have engagement cramps. I have gamps.
I'm in gamping. Like I couldn't like just lay down flat. Like all last night, I'm just like writhing around in bed and I'm sure every girl's like, welcome to our world. But it was not fun. Holy cow. I got to take some Midol and get over this. And so, I'm like in the fetal position trying to fall asleep. And just all day today, I won't get too gross. I've just been burping and farting all day, shooting today. And I'm just gurgling and I hate how I feel. And so I might be done with the milk, which is not fun because I can specifically remember every man once in their life is going to be told no more milk.
No more milk.
From your mother.
Yes.
Right? You reach a certain age.
Yep.
I remember my mom to me was like, hey, I think it's time.
Listen, you're reading chapter books, Jake.
You gotta stop getting your milk from me.
Yeah.
And, all right, now run off to 8th grade. But I didn't expect to have to be cut off from milk a second time in life. And that's what I'm going through.
Okay. Prayers up to Jake. I don't know how to help you, but I will research into it. And anything I can do to keep you on the wagon.
Thank you. And if anyone else has any jurgling going on, leave a comment.
Yeah.
I don't want any private DMs. All right. I'm out here. I'm spilling out there. You got to leave a public comment.
You let us know if you are just struggling inside with jurgles.
With jurgles. I wanted to see public Facebook posts, public comments. That's it. Roll the theme music, milkers.
I think this tight beat means that it's going down with some random thoughts and white meat too. Midwest best friends eating fast food on repeat. So come along, let's have some fun and go ahead, get on your feet, cause it's the Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday morning we're taking back Ghostrunners podcast. Listen here, you milkers.
Okay, that was a 5-minute intro. That took a while, but I think we covered a lot of ground. I'm milking you.
Bo and Hattie, just real quick. I know we're going to get it back into it. They right now are obsessed with milk because they're kids and they're awesome.
Yeah.
And Hattie especially is obsessed with milk mustaches. You don't think about milk mustaches these much anymore, but like she purposely gives herself a milk. Like she could drink it without needing the milk mustache, but she just stains her face basically with milk every
cute.
single time. And she will, like show me like she's proud of this milk mustache. She'll, like go and look in the mirror at her milk mustache. So
It just got to reach levels where she's just dumping on herself. Look, milk face mask.
yeah, exactly.
Look, milk beard.
Come on, it's a milk
Who
beard.
else is doing milk beard?
A milk soul patch. Look at this.
Milk handlebars.
Yeah, milk Fu Manchu, Dad. Come on.
Milk neared.
Yeah.
I gotta shave my milk neared. Yeah.
I love that. It's just dripping from her neck. That is great. Oh man. Milk bangs.
That's funny. Yeah, so catch it while it's early. Before we get into the podcast, we got to travel back in time.
Yeah, because it's Monday, February 13th.
Something happened last night. As of recording this, we don't know. We don't know the outcome of the Super Bowl, but let's go back in time briefly to the night before. Let's hear from Jake and Brad their Super Bowl thoughts.
Jake, we did it, baby.
We did it. We being the Kansas City Chiefs football team that we're definitely a part of.
We watched it on TV.
We cheered for the team that did it.
Yes, we did nothing but cheer, but we did it.
We did have fun. We cheered hard. We had fun with our friends. Gunnar kissed me on the neck at one point.
Oh, this is me. Wait, popping some bottles.
In my bottles, it is a weird off-brand Navy SEAL endorsed energy drink.
Yes,
all
everybody
natural.
ever heard of Kill Cliff, Energize Times Recover? Because it's the true drink of a champion tonight. For the first time I've tried it. It was a fun night.
I'm sure.
I'm exhausted.
I know.
In some ways, of course, I want to just scream and go nuts right now. But in other ways, it's just like, let's just take a breath, brother. Like, we did it. And by we, I mean, not us.
The professional athletes did it.
The professional athletes that we like more than other professional athletes did it.
It's so fun. Thanks for all the fun Facebook posts and the texts and the DMs being like, I don't care about football, but I'm cheering on the Chiefs for you guys, or anyone who's actually a Chiefs fan.
I'm Canadian, but I'm watching the game.
Yeah, it's just
So
fun.
fun.
And if you're an Eagles fan, hey, it was a great game. We got some Eagles fans in the Facebook group right now talking about the refs, which is a little interesting.
Yeah,
but hey,
it happens.
It's football, and it was fun. And thank you for cheering on the Chiefs with us.
We had a blast. We had Gunnar, and like you mentioned, Gunnar came over this time, which I hadn't watched many games with Gunnar all year. So it's just great to have him around. I think he, it's always fun to have small superstitions that we don't truly believe in, but it's like, come on, hey, keep that around.
What does Georgianne say?
My mom always says, my God is bigger than superstitions.
Good.
So,
Get that out of the way. Now go
anyway,
ahead.
I do have 2 different signed Patrick Mahomes memorabilia. Shout out Scott Bass, my man.
Squabs.
He gave me a football that's signed by Patrick Mahomes and a helmet, both of which Gunnar had in his possession at some point during the game.
I think the entire second half, Gunnar had the ball locked in his arms, still in the packaging. Though.
Yeah, so there's like plastic surrounding this thing because it's kind of a nice memorabilia thing. And I saw him holding this football. I was like, do not put your grubby puppy chaw hands on this football. And so he was very careful. You could watch him multiple times throughout the night, readjusting the football and making sure the plastic was all the way around it.
And then at one point in celebration, he did have the helmet on, which is pretty funny. It didn't fit great.
Because Catherine, we did a classic, the girls were watching some of the game upstairs and they came down because it's like, this is a big game. We got to make sure we're all watching it together. And Catherine's like, I'm surprised no one's put on the helmet. And I go, Catherine, what do you really think? Of course Gunner's put on the helmet. So Gunners, I mean, just probably gave us 50 high fives. You know, every time we'd make like a 6-yard play, he'd be like, okay, come on.
High fives to everybody. High
Come
fives.
on now, come on.
High fives.
You know, Scott's just getting like little vendettas at the announcers. Greg Olson, he's like, okay, Greg, there's no way. Talk about when he had to take a timeout there, Greg. You know, all these different things. And then whatever, Jake, I thought it was very nice, but also I laughed a little bit at you. You like really took it like very positively a few times where you're just like, guys, I mean, how great is this? Our team's in the Super Bowl.
I don't want to take it for granted. This is crazy. I was like, how fun is this?
Like there was one time, I think it was tie game near the end. It's 35-35 and you're like, guys, this is great. This is great.
We had 5 minutes to go down and win the Super Bowl. The team we cheer. I was like, how great is this?
And of course it's great, but in my head I'm like, but I still want to really win.
Yeah.
Which of course you did too. But anyway.
Just fun. Sports are fun. Fun way to bond people. And I think we talk about it more at the end of this episode, but this is good news for business too.
Yes.
We're going to get to make a fun little Gene Schwartz video. If you want to see the old version, I think it's on my personal Facebook and my personal YouTube. Maybe I should throw it up in the Facebook group as kind of a reminder. But Brad and I went out and made a little video at the Super Bowl parade, and now we're going to get it to do another one, but on a little bigger YouTube channel. So
let's brainstorm real quick something that we can do to make it just out of this world. Like last time, okay, I'll start real quick. Last time I did in the video, I tried to lead the crowd in a chant for the tomahawk chop.
Yeah.
But I kind of did it like off to the side and like on the sidewalk. I would like to just, go, whatever the balls to the wall. I don't know if that's inappropriate.
Footballs.
Footballs to the goalposts.
Pigskins to the ends.
Yes, pigskins to the entrails all the way, into the middle of the street and just like really like literally run up and down the street and yell and do the tomahawk chop with other people. I think that's realistic. And like if somebody says like, hey, you can't do that, I'll do it for 15 seconds and then I'll walk off the street.
Say, oh, sorry.
There's no way I'm gonna get like arrested for that.
No, everyone's in such a good mood.
It's like, cause we're gonna do it like, an hour before I'm not gonna do it like as Patrick Mahomes is coming down the street.
No, like when there's like lull time.
Yeah, I think
we go up to people, ask, hey, who are you cheering for today? Can't see Chiefs. Yeah. Oh, us too.
No way. Who's your favorite player? Don't say Patrick. Oh, you said Patrick Mahomes.
That's who we like. That'd be a funny bit.
Yeah. I think it's all going to be fun. And you and I are both just so comfortable being so stupid, like in public.
It's got to be fun too. I mean, the Gene Schwartz people, most of them, they don't listen to this podcast. They don't know what we're like outside of those characters we play. They've never seen us be ourselves.
Right.
How fun is this?
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be sweet.
Fun. So go Chiefs, go sports. And just what a game. Patrick Mahomes did what he always does. Down 10 in a playoff game. Of course he comes back and wins. Huge for his legacy. Huge for the Chiefs dynasty in progress.
I still, every single game, it feels like it's just more and more solidified. He is the greatest of all time. He won
a Super Bowl down 10 in the second half on one leg.
What
more do you want?
Another one next year, please.
Another one.
Another one. Is that how they do it?
Exactly.
DJ Khaled.
Cool.
Anyway, go Chiefs. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting us. And we'll see you guys at the parade if you're in Kansas City.
See you at the parade. Enjoy the rest of this week's episode. And just a reminder, I'm sure we're going to say it. I forgot. But hey, Ask the Girls coming Wednesday.
It's so good, guys. It's so fun. Wednesday. See you guys then.
Wednesday. Peace. Okay. And those were our thoughts. We're back to present day. Well, kind of. We're back to
Friday, but we're recording for Monday.
Well, this is actually Thursday, Brad. This is not Friday.
I'm so bad.
Either way, we don't know what happened in the Super Bowl.
Either way, it's not Monday.
We're just going to get on with the episode, and it doesn't matter what happened in the Super Bowl.
Let's just say, hey, God's bigger than the Super Bowl, so either way, we're happy.
Good.
That's what I've always said.
God's bigger.
God is bigger than the Super Bowl. He's bigger than Patrick Mahomes or Travis Kelce.
And he's a freaking PMP.
Nailed it, dude.
I had to change a few things there.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Ask me about my week. Ask me, hey, how was your weekend, man? You do anything
Brad,
crazy?
how was your weekend, man? You do anything crazy?
Oh, thanks for asking, Jake. On Saturday I had I called it an extended dadder days, aka I was just a dad without Catherine being there. Catherine had this like homeschool moms conference, which is as ridiculously like homeschooly as it sounds.
It sounds as valuable as it would be like great people watching.
Yeah, I think like it sounded really great. And like she was telling me about like they had like a keynote speaker at this thing and this girl sounded really cool and like really valuable. And Catherine got so many cool things from it. And then she like tagged somebody, or one of her friends tagged the keynote speaker in an Instagram post. So I went and just checked out this keynote speaker. And one of the things that she has on her Instagram is like she's probably like, she's a mom to 10 different kids, which is so homeschool. And
it's a full schoolhouse.
Exactly. And she has a reel of her doing like this very extended, like shuffle dance thing with one of her high school sons.
Shuffle, like EDM, like,
I don't know how to describe
every day I'm shuffling, and then doing like the Running Man type thing.
Kinda. Yeah. It's some, I don't know if it's a, whatever. I'm old too. So I don't know if this is like a specific popular TikTok dance. And so I was like, yeah, I noticed that. I don't remember this woman's name. I noticed that she is quite the dancer. Mm-hmm. And Catherine's like, oh, did you see the shuffle video? I was like, yeah. Did they make you do that at the conference? Joking with her. And Catherine's like, yeah, they actually had us all stand up and learn this dance.
Oh.
And I'm just imagining, like, if you know Catherine, like, that's the last thing she would want to do.
And there's probably so many moms like Catherine. They're like, look, could we just get like a couple like good nuggets for my child?
Like, please just like encourage me. Like, give me some time to rest and recuperate and tell me that it's all going to be okay in this crazy time. And instead, it was like, it wasn't the main woman, like the main keynote speaker that suggested this.
They brought in someone else.
There was an MC kind of like trying to be the fun person, which Catherine's like, yeah,
read the room.
Yeah, read the room. Read the idea even. Like, she's like, we all stood up. And it was this pretty low stage. And the whole thing that you're trying to learn is a dance where all you do is move your feet around. And so she's like, so no one could see anything. And she's like, we were all sitting like in these rows. Like you can't dance. You can't kick your feet around.
80% of those women in there have an iced coffee in their hands. What are they supposed to do with that?
Also true. Yeah. You're putting that down, you're kicking it over. Then all of a sudden you're getting coffee all over the floor. So anyway, just hilarious. Just imagining like the fact that I was like, yeah, you do that. They teach you how to do that. She's like, actually, yes. I was like, oh my gosh, there's no way anybody was excited to do that. Anyway, so
that's a funny thought. Yeah, that's too bad for Catherine.
And yeah, you know, Catherine, like even at Kanakuk, she wasn't like, let's go crazy dancing to this thing. Like she would dance, whatever, but she's not that crazy person like that anyway. So
maybe it could have been worse. Maybe Catherine needs to count her blessings that it wasn't like, hey, so one of my things I do with my kids is crumping. So we're going to take 10 minutes and we're going to do a little crump breakout sesh. Okay. So everyone practice.
Crumping. I haven't heard the word crumping in 15 years.
We were going to play Little John and the East Side Boys. You guys crump along at home.
Bend over, make it easy. Yeah. That'd be awesome.
So at least it was only shuffling.
Yeah, you're right. So anyway, the whole day, Catherine was at this conference. And so it was just me and the kids. I knew it was happening. I knew it was going to be great. It was going to be fun. Catherine even suggested like, do something fun for lunch tomorrow. Like she was telling me this the day before. Go do something for fun for lunch. Go to Chick-fil-A, whatever. I was like, fun. Great idea.
Awesome.
And so Idiot Brad the dad, went to Chick-fil-A on a Saturday afternoon at 12:45. Just great idea.
Thick of it.
In the thick of it. Like to the point where we pull in, I get the kids hyped up like, we're going Chick-fil-A. It's going to be awesome. We didn't go out to Dadder Day breakfast. This is our Dadder Day, like meal. Outing. And so it was so busy that I like wasn't even really able to turn into the street that then would turn into Chick-fil-A.
Ooh.
Like it was one of those times where finally someone like let me in, had a gap, but it was like it was just pandemonium to the point where I was like, I have 3 kids. I can't do that. So we pull up to Chick-fil-A and right next door to Chick-fil-A is a Culver's. And so I'm like, okay, guys, I think it's really busy. I think we should just go to Culver's. And I mean, Hattie, this whole story, Hattie is the hero of the story. Like she does
awesome, amazing.
Like she has the best attitude. She's like, okay, yeah, I could get a corn dog. I really like corn dogs. And then maybe we could get an ice cream afterwards because they give you an ice cream coupon with your kids thing. I was like, yeah, great attitude, Hattie.
Hattie's 24 years old.
And then I have a 2-year-old named Bo. And Bo just starts like, I mean, if you don't say like, I hear you, Bo would repeat the same thing 100 times until you tell him. So, I mean, he said, I want to go to Chick-fil-A. I bet he said it 50 times in a row. I mean, so imagine that, genuinely 50 times. I want to go to Chick-fil-A. And so we pull into the Culver. I don't want to go here. I don't want to, I mean, he's starting to cry and scream and he's already like 12:45 is already pushing it for Bo. Like he needs to take a nap at like 1:30, maybe 2 o'clock at the latest. So that's part of it was like, he's on ticking clock here. So we pull in Culver's and he's like, I don't want to go here. And the night before, Catherine and I had this conversation about like, are we like giving in to Bo too often and like not letting Hattie do what she wants? And so in my head, I was like, I can't just teach Bo that he can cry and then we go to Chick-fil-A.
And you get some Polynesian sauce.
And so like I sat there for like 5 minutes debating what I should do. And then I just finally said, you know what? No, we're going to Culver's. We're going to Culver's. And I thought Bo was sad. Then he starts really screaming and crying. And I mean, it's just chaos. So just imagine with me. So I'm in the minivan. Bo and Hattie are in the back seat. Rosie's in like the middle seat. I get Hattie out. Hattie's once again an angel. Rosie's been an angel too. And so I get Rosie out of her car seat and then I unbuckle Bo to get out of his. And he's like, I'm not going. I don't want to get out. I'm not going. And so then luckily he's still small enough and I still have enough strength to like basically pick him up with one hand. So I kind of like grab him and like pull him out. But then he like kind of gets away from me and like runs to the back of the van. And so I'm like, and so I got Hattie here. I got Rosie in my arms. And so I'm like, Hattie, can you just hold Rosie for a second? And she's like, yeah, of course. So I give Rosie to Hattie, and Hattie's holding her like a 5-year-old would hold a, little baby. And she just goes,
a parking lot.
Yeah. She goes, actually, I don't think I can hold her. And so I'm like, I'm like getting her back. And then I'm like yanking on Bo. So I got Bo and Bo just starts like, so I finally get him in my arms. I got Rosie in my other arm. And Bo just starts kicking and screaming and like every terrible thing you can think of.
Full on tanch,
big tanch, to the point where his shoe comes off. So now his shoe like comes off, hits the ground, goes underneath our van. And so now I have 2 kids in like in my hands, Bo's screaming, Rosie's an angel. Hattie is now crawling under the van to get this, shoe. And she's thinking it's like, she's not fazed by anything. She's like, Bo's shoe was under the van. How funny is that? And I'm like, I know. And in my head the whole time, I'm like, once we get inside, he'll calm down. Gosh, was I wrong? We walk in.
He's having a full-on tarantula right now.
Yeah, he was a tarantula. Yeah, we walk in and it was like the Red Sea had parted for us, and because Bo was screaming so loud that like all these people just like divided and stared at us. And I just walk in. I walk right to the like booth, and I sit them down. I kind of hold him, and I'm just like trying to talk to him, and I kind of calm him down. I'm like, okay, we're gonna stay here. I'm gonna put you down and go order some stuff. And he starts screaming again. And I admitted defeat at that point. After like 10 minutes inside of Culver's, I said, Hattie, I think we just need to go home. And once again, angelic Hattie just goes, okay, yeah, maybe we could drive through somewhere or we could just go home. That's okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you're amazing. And literally the entire drive home, 20 minutes. I mean, he's screaming. Like I've never experienced, I've always heard people like, it's like a rite of passage almost with parents of like, once, like your kids screaming in public. We've all done it. And I'm like, I have never really experienced it for more than like 20 seconds of like my kid having a bad attitude.
But this was it.
But this was like Bo, because Hattie was always like, once I get in public, I'm kind of like embarrassed and shy. Yeah. I'm going to, shut down and just be like a shell of myself. Bo doesn't care, man. Bo's just ready to scream.
Here's my shell
in front of anybody.
Shell, yeah, baby.
Oh man. And so it was just one of those things. Luckily, I mean, it could have been so much worse if Hattie or Rosie had any kind of bad attitude, but both of them were so quiet and so wonderful. It was just Bo just being a menace. And of course he cries the whole way home. We actually end up going to Raising Cane's on the way home. And the whole time, like as I'm ordering the drive-thru, he's screaming like, I don't want to go to Raising Cane's. I don't want. And I'm like,
oh my gosh.
Hey, luckily I had never really gotten frustrated or mad at him. Like I was pretty calm the whole time. Praise the Lord. But I was just like, Bo, we're going to Raising Cane's. This is what we're doing. I don't want. And then right when we get home, it's like a light switched and he was totally fine. Ate Raising Cane's, went and took his nap, had a great nap. Everything was good.
Weird.
So all that to say,
or probably not weird, but just like,
it was just a wild like experience of like just imagine with me, just sympathize, whatever the right word is for what I just went through. And I actually put on our Ghost Stories prompt. I was like, there's got to be other people that have crazy public stories as parents of like, what did your kid do in public? That's just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. So if you want to fill out something like that, go out to our website and do it. But I had never experienced anything like it. I understand now, like why Catherine doesn't like going in public that often.
I was
with
gonna say,
our
it would
kids.
scar me. I'm like, we're never doing that again.
Yeah, because of course I'm like, it's not that hard to go out in public, but man, it was something wild.
It'd be scary too. Like all you were trying to do was take him out to lunch. But what if Bo is having a day like that on the day you guys all drove to Six Flags or something like that, and he's having a day like that?
Yeah,
and you're like, well, what do we do now?
And that was the hard thing. Is like, my reaction is normally like, okay, get him secluded and just talk to him. But since Catherine wasn't also there, I couldn't be like, Catherine, you watch Hattie and Rosie while I go outside and talk to him one-on-one, like get on his level and talk, And so I tried to do it a little bit in the van, but it just wasn't, I don't know. It was a little bit of a whirlwind. And there's also, right when we parked, these people the car next to us, they were eating in their car. And so they were get the show the whole time.
Oh, they were loving it.
And so then I had a little bit in my head of like, okay, what are these people thinking of how I'm parenting this thing? So anyway, it was just a wild dad time. I don't know what you were doing on Saturday, but I bet it wasn't hanging out with, crying 2-year-old boys.
What was he doing Saturday? I think
golf it? No, that was Sunday.
That was Sunday. Saturday, I think Rachel, I did a lot of wedding stuff Saturday, and then I did some video editing Saturday. Saturday and Sunday I spent editing the last video ever for Trey. Finally done being his writer, editor. Yeah, last one.
Wow.
Went out with a bang. I don't know if he's posted. I think he's only posted it to like Facebook Reels as the time of recording this, but really just kind of thought I'd go hard on the very last one. It was just called Every Documentary Ever.
Okay.
And so we filmed it in front of a green screen and
cool.
Just had fun doing a lot of extra stuff that I probably didn't need to do, but made it more fun.
How hard is like green screen stuff?
Actually, yeah, I mentioned the green screen thing, but that aspect was actually pretty easy. What I more had fun with was like B-roll of like showing like creepy guys. Cause you don't know, we kept it very vague. Like, yeah, that guy, he did awful things, but he was the smartest man I ever met. And it's like cutting to like any B-roll you want. It's just like, it was up to me. Like, honestly, Trey and I, we just kind of sat down for like 30 minutes, shot some stuff. And then he just trusted me. He's like, all right, make a good video out of this.
That's great.
And so I did, and I had fun. And I mean, I even found a clip of Saddam Hussein petting a boy one time, like a white, like blonde haired boy. Just threw that in there. Haven't seen any comments about it yet. No one really seems to notice, but just like little Easter eggs, not even Easter egg, just like little subtle stuff like that. Was fun.
How's it feel to be like done?
I was just thinking about today. Trey called me this morning because he needed the password for one of the computers I used to work on at his house. And I was like, oh, wow, it's going without me. Today's like probably the first day where it's going without me. But feels good. Feels freeing to have more time on my hands.
Yeah. We've had a solid 3 days in a row of just hanging out.
It's been great.
And by hanging out, I mean working and trying to make money. But it feels like hanging out.
Yeah. I mean, we work in the morning and then we eat lunch together and then we work in the afternoon.
It's great vibes.
Saturday, I also helped out some other local business men and women, the Beck family, Calvin and Molly. I know Calvin's a listener. And anyway, they have a candle making business. And they really kind of hit the jackpot recently where they kind of advertised this like Chiefs specific candle. Chiefs go to the Super Bowl, get yourself a candle. And he said it just went bananas off like Facebook advertising.
Yeah.
And so they're little like, not too little. They're modest business.
Yeah.
With only them two. Sold 4,000 of these candles.
It's nuts.
That they got to get out. They want to get out before the Super Bowl. So a bunch of us all went over to the Beck's house to help them make their candles.
Oh, nice.
All kind of rotated at different times. Like the Madisons were there, but we didn't get there when the Madisons were there and the Hagemans were there. And we were there with Abby and Harrison and the Becks and
the people that could stay a little bit later because they don't have little kids.
Exactly. Yeah. The people without kids. We were the late night crew.
That's fun. And that's so fun.
It was fun. They had The Office on a big screen there and you're kind of doing mindless work. So it's fun. You can talk to each other.
You can. Yeah, exactly.
And they have a job where they can seek out help and it's easy to help them. It's not like, hey, can you guys come edit for us?
Right. Can you learn all this stuff that's going to take me longer to teach you than it is for you to actually help me?
Yeah. Calvin walked me through how to cut the candle wick in about 30 seconds. And then that's what I did for 2 hours.
You're a wick cutter.
And then I asked for a new job after a while.
Really?
I had to play golf the next day. I had to protect these hands.
You felt a little blisty.
Got a few blisties. And then I moved over to Rachel's department, shipping department, got the bubble wrap going. But
okay. So it wasn't really about the hands. It was really just about being closer to your girl.
Being close to my honey.
Yeah. Should we start like having our nicknames like that for our ladies?
Yeah, being
close to my sweetie,
my aluminum,
my hubby. No, hubby is like only for husbands, isn't it?
That is correct.
I didn't know that for the longest time.
I do enjoy. I can't remember if I talked about this on the podcast or not, but every morning, and this will probably stop once we're married because we won't be apart, so I probably won't text her good morning. But every morning, I text her a new made up pet name.
Oh, I think maybe you've mentioned that, but I didn't know there was like a consistent thing.
Yeah, every morning I just try to do it if we're, just like if I'm like, or if we're both in Iowa, it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to see you in like 5 minutes. But yeah.
Do you have have you ever had like a struggle? Like, I can't think of one today. Or how do you think of them?
It's like one of the first things I do when I wake up. And then I usually just like hit one letter on, so I'll type out morning and then I'll hit one letter on a keyboard. I just hit K and then just like Just think of a K word.
Okay.
Morning Kleenex. Boom. That's it.
The pet name, Kleenex.
Hey, morning Kleenex. Today's is a rather dumb one. I call it.
Oh, Kleenex wasn't dumb?
No. That's cute. That's amazing.
I mean, that was just, yeah.
Because at least that's like, well, whatever. Today's was, I typed in, I think I did P. I was like, P. And so I said, morning pleats.
Like not even like a physical.
It's not even like a thing.
It's like an attribute of something.
That's why I said, oh, Kleenex is way better. Yeah.
Pleats. What is this? Like morning wrinkles. That's great. Good morning. Yeah.
Let's see. What else have I said? I just searched morning in my text. Yeah. Morning pleats. Morning Florentine. One time I just called her shorts. Morning shorts. Bed sheet, buddy, Gronk.
I love like people listening being like, oh, Jake and Rachel, I bet they're so sweet. Morning Gronk.
Morning Shadow. Morning hijab. I got a little cultural there. Morning Frankfurt. Knapsack.
Okay, how does she reciprocate? Did she ever call you anything back?
Honestly, Rachel just has a few favorites of like dumb ones that she'll just like cycle through, I think. She really calling me Buster.
Okay.
Because I think I laugh most times. Hey, what's going on, Buster? I just feel like it's not a name that fits me, and that's why it's funny.
Yeah.
Buster's regarded for like old mechanics that are overweight.
Yeah, exactly. You have too good of a physique for a Buster.
Thank you.
Yeah. For now.
For now.
Just wait till you're married, brother.
Well, you keep eating all that milk. Who knows what's going to happen?
All that eating milk.
Oh, you got to stop eating milk.
Oh, man.
Anyway, that's us. That's candle making. It was a good time.
Well, yeah, I heard like...
The candle company is called...
Continue Good.
Continue Good.
Yeah, check them out. Hey, 1, 2, 3, check them out.
Check them out.
1, 2, 3, check them out.
Hey, go check them out.
Hey, 1, 2, 3, check them out. I heard Rachel said something about like, you got like people worked all day, like literally sun up to sundown making these candles, and they made 1,000.
Yeah, I was like, we're almost done.
4,000.
Like, we're just shy of 1,000 at like 11 p.m.
Yeah, and which is like so cool to like be like, hey, this is a I always want to emphasize like how normal people are. Anytime you see like big companies or like they might appear like, oh, these guys have it all together and these guys are going crazy and I shouldn't support them because they're already making tons of money. It's like, well, they're employing their friends to help them out, and they are doing all these by hand. Like that's, to me, I'm like, support people like that.
Totally.
Like, and I just know that Calvin and Molly are so awesome and sweet. So
they are great. Harris and I were talking about it too. Like there's such a difference in like, hey, can you come help spend a good amount of your Saturday helping me move? That kind of has a little bit of like, I could do something better. But something about like, can you help me with my business?
Yeah, can you help me fulfill my dream to, not be like, I don't know, employed by somebody else. And like, I'm hustling after this thing. And honestly, I'm just being vulnerable here and I need help.
Yeah. And I don't even know if Calvin did that. Honestly, it might have just started with like one couple went over there and they offered to help. Because the reason I got over there is I just texted Calvin and said, hey, what are you and Molly doing tonight? You want to go on a double date? And he's like, oh, I can't. I got to make candles. And then he sent me a picture of it. I was like, well, that looks fun. Yeah. Can me and Rachel come over? He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
He maybe didn't even have to ask.
I think, and it's so fun, to be on your side of things and be like, dude, I love, helping you with this.
It was a fun little Saturday.
I do like helping people move for like,
oh, okay. You guys heard it.
45 minutes. And then it's like, I like helping. I like watching, like, look at how quickly we unpacked all those boxes. But then when it's like, hey, can you move this couch down into the basement where
load it on your truck,
the ceiling is really low.
It.
Yeah. No, thanks. I don't want to, I get worried about my back on those kind of things, but I'll move boxes all day.
Good.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Go on record.
Just
saying that
for the record. Anyway, that's fun, man. Okay. Another thing we did this weekend. So, once I got done with the Culver's fiasco, Sunday, Catherine and I were asked to volunteer in the nursery at church. And so these kids that we volunteered with, there was like 10 of them, first of all, and 9 of them were boys. And so it was just pandemonium. They were all just higher, like just a little bit older than Bo. So like just right under 3 years old or at 3 years old. And I had a hard time, honestly. I won't get into it too much, but like, there were times where I thought, do these kids not understand English? Like I genuinely thought like, are these kids foreign?
Am I on a mission trip right now?
I did, dude. I said that to Catherine multiple times. I'm not going to say this kid's name, but he had dark skin, and whenever his mom dropped him off, she didn't really say anything. And so I thought like maybe this, like we have like different nationalities that go to our church.
What's a name of his culture? Not his name, but a name similar culturally.
Uchan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Something like that. Like to where it was like, I think this kid is like whatever, Ugandan or something.
I would love for Catherine to like walk in on you, like, let's see how it's going. And you're at the brink, you're losing it, your hands are up. You're like, am I in the jungles of the Amazon right now? Can no one understand? Like, Brad, geez, calm down.
Dude, Catherine, like I am like more of a disciplinarian than like in those situations where I'm like, hey, they need to listen to me. Like, I'm not going to like whatever, do anything crazy, but I'm going to be like, hey, like, do you hear me? Like,
right.
I asked you to come sit over here. Like, what do you like? Mm-hmm. I'll kind of get on to him or whatever. And she kind of got like, hey, be careful. Like, you need to be sweet with them.
Hey, they're Haitian. They don't know.
Anyway, so we'll call him Uchan, thinking Uchan was from Africa. And then his mom picks him up at the end. He's like, hey, Uchan, mom's here. And I'm like, crap.
Wow, misread that one. Hey, like, got some.
All right, Uchan. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for coming, brother. There were two kids like that where I was like, this kid does not understand a word I'm saying, or is just like the most misbehaving kid I've ever met. Or
hear me out. Maybe you just had a hearing problem.
Maybe it was that. It was wild. So anyway, it was fine. It was just a weird day. It was like even like other teachers afterwards, we were all leaving and they're like, were your kids being kind of odd today? Like
Did you have a kind of mission trip class? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's so funny to just ask a group of people, am I on a mission trip right now? What's going on?
I'm sorry. Yeah. Am I in the depths of the Amazon? Am I in Trinidad and Tobago right now?
Where am I? Am I at the Tegucigalpa airport? I didn't think so. But no one seems to be able to understand me.
What are we doing? A mobile VBS here? Or are we doing, Sunday school?
Are we sharing how germs work with glitter? I don't think so. You guys are just choosing not to hear me.
It was wild, dude. It was like this weird, like Twilight, like.
Yeah. Are we teaching kids the Father Abraham song and dance?
Are we singing This Little Light of Mine in an open field somewhere? It's like, no, just a normal Sunday. Anyway, it was.
Am I playing soccer for basically the only time in my life because it's the only way I can connect with you guys? Because it feels like I'm on a mission trip right now.
Am I playing soccer? Oh, yeah, exactly.
That's what I think. The only time I've ever played soccer has been in other countries. Because like we don't speak the same language, but hey, I like ball, you like ball.
Am I pretending like I'm getting faked out in soccer?
Am I doing magic tricks on the side because I'm not that good at soccer and the local people are calling me a wizard and I'm starting to get a little worried if this ministry is working? Yeah, because I feel like I'm on a mission trip right now.
I wasn't planning on talking about any of this. Anyway, it was a wild time. And yeah, as we were leaving, Catherine and I were talking like, yeah, what was going on? And some other lady was like, yeah, I don't know. But one of the kids that was kind of a redeeming factor of the whole thing. This kid was sweet. He was responsive. He spoke English to me. And we'll call him, what's a good name? Eli. We'll call him Eli.
Greg Eli.
So Greg Eli, we go to the playground at one point. He just sits over to the side, just being sweet and not wanting to play. And I was like, I'll go talk to you. So I was like, Greg Eli, do you have any brothers? Do you have any brothers? Do you have any sisters?
Samantha Lai, Jessica Lai.
Yeah. And his mom had dropped him off. And so, he talked about, I have an older brother named, what's his name?
Steven.
Named Steve Eli. And, and I was like, yeah. And it looks like, I saw his mom. Mom looked pregnant when he dropped him off.
Pretty pregnant?
Yeah, pretty pregnant.
Okay.
But also like not the tiniest lady in the world. Like, like I don't think that needs any explanation. Like not whatever. Like looked pregnant.
It's great. Yeah, it's great.
Looked pregnant.
A little bit of no man's land.
Yeah. So talking to this kid who's, just to the point where he's good at conversation, but not great, so, and are you going to have another baby soon? He's like, yeah. I was like, is that going to be a brother or a sister? He's like, a sister. And so I was like,
oh, okay.
What should we call your, like, what do you think your sister, what should you guys call her? What's her name going to be? And so I was like, maybe Sarah or Emily. He's like, yeah, maybe. And so then anyway, kids are getting picked up, what's up, Uchan? It's me, all these different things. And Greg Eli's mom comes and I always love like giving a quick report to the parents and telling them like your kid was great.
Yeah.
If it's true.
Yeah.
And he was. And so I was like, he did such a good job. He was so responsive and so obedient and so fun. And he was telling me all about his brothers and sisters. He's got an older brother, Steve Eli, and he's going to have a little sister soon.
Oh.
And the mom just goes, nope, no sister. Like almost confused. Like, no sisters. And I was like, okay, please leave as soon as possible.
Go, get out of here.
I was like, oh, no.
Probably different kids. See ya.
I was like, yeah, I was sorry. Is this, are we sure? Show me the tag to make sure I even know it's the right, kid or whatever.
Oh, there's different. There were 2 Greg Eli's today. That's what I'm confused about.
It's the other Greg Eli, the one from Nairobi. And so I was like, oh man, okay. And she's like, no, actually, we're having another boy. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Did you say, give me a hug?
Thank you. Yeah, please. I had never done anything close to that. I had never felt the fear of like, wait, are you not pregnant? And I just said you were pregnant kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I don't think even if the woman looks like she's smuggling 8 basketballs down there, I'm not going to mention it.
Don't even bring it up.
Nope.
I think you did it the right way. Like you confirm with the kid, we could trust Greg Eli, bring it back. But even then you almost still got screwed.
And that was the thing. Like I didn't even think I needed to confirm with the kid because I thought it was so obvious when I saw the mom. Like, yeah, she's pregnant and that's great. Like good for them. Kids are a blessing. And it's like, great. And all of a sudden, no sister. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, here's his bag. Here's his diaper bag. And here's his little, goodie bag. And come back next week, please, Greg Eli.
That is risky. I wonder, there's got to be like other scenarios where you could like find yourself like, or just like thinking one thing and it actually means something else.
Yeah. Like what?
I got in a wreck.
You got in a wreck? What? Are you okay?
Rec basketball league. We're doing it again.
Oh, you're playing a rec basketball league?
Yeah.
Team Butter. Yeah. Rides again.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad I got in a recreational basketball league.
Yeah. Oh, you thought, sorry.
You're like, hey, babe, I've been thinking and we've been married a while now. This apartment's great, but I just think we might need to need to see other people.
Wait, what? You need to see other people?
See other people's houses. I think we should check other people's houses that are for sale and see if we want to make them our house.
Oh, babe, you scared me. Oh my gosh.
Babe.
Yeah, maybe you're like something else where they really confused. Hey, thank you, miss. Actually, it's not miss anymore.
Sorry. What?
I just got married. It's Mrs. That's a silly mistake. It's
goof.
okay.
It's fine. It's a formality.
No, it's not Miss.
Hey, so we're gonna need to take you to the hospital real quick, and when we get there, you are gonna have to go under
what?
A few blankets because it's really drafty in there. But they are Turkish cotton, so you'll be very comfortable.
Brad.
You hear that in the mic? I hit myself hard for the ghosties.
Hands on forehead there. Brad, the dog got out.
No.
Of his shell. He's being so outgoing at the dog park.
You're like looking at somebody at the gym. You're like, he's not breathing. He's very heavily because he's getting into great shape. Good job, Buster.
Little pleats.
We're not going to be calling you Buster for much longer.
Soon enough, that nickname will be ironic because of how skinny you are.
Oh, Rachel's home.
Oh, Rachel's home.
Rachel. Hey. Did you go downstairs yet? No. The kids made a huge mess. Good. A Potamian art project. They're super advanced for their years.
Man, Rachel has no idea how to respond. She just got home. And...
No, really?
Oh, okay.
They're creative. They're very creative, yes.
I love Rachel's response anyway. Brad goes, the kids made a mess downstairs. Rachel says, good. That's a key response.
Yeah, let them play, yeah.
That's fun. Welcome back to your home, Rachel. Sorry that we're working here.
Call her a pet name.
Oh, hey. But don't let us distract you, little tripod legs.
Tripod legs.
She goes, oh, that's a new one. I was telling them how every morning I try to text you just a weird noun. And that today's was extra weird. It was pleats.
Pleats.
I didn't even see that.
It's desensitized at this point. Like it's just like, yeah, I don't even remember anymore.
Well, that's great.
Well, that's
glad I spent time on that.
I'm glad I predictively text every morning to you about this. That's funny.
See you, Iglet.
What was that?
Iglet? Isn't that the end of a shoelace?
Oh, I thought it was a small eagle. Egret. Oh, that's great.
Anyway, aside from the halfway positive, halfway negative news, Brad, you've got just all positive news.
Oh, yeah.
What
Big
is
time.
it?
We got a new sponsor in the house.
Oh, new sponsor alert.
Let me tell you about awesome new sponsor. We have our friend Adam, fellow ghosty, is a worker at Camp Cho-Yeh.
Let me tell you about the sponsor, but with a famous theme song from CBS.
Oh.
Choye, Choye. You don't know, but it is in there.
Wait, let me do one. Ready?
Okay.
Let's clap along with me. Cho-Yeh, 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 Cho-Yeh.
Choye, yeah.
Hey! That was for you, Hooch.
We didn't plan that.
Yep. Oh, guys, let me tell you.
That was not in the script. There is not anything in here that says, hey, if you could do a couple knockoff songs
do you mind just
right off the bat.
riffing on Cho-Yeh real quick? So if you guys don't know about Camp Cho-Yeh, Camp Cho-Yeh is a Christian summer camp in Livingston, Texas. Its mission is transforming lives in Christ through meaningful relationships, outdoor adventure. So it's 5,000 campers, about 11 weeks during the summer, 10,000 retreat guests, maybe a little ghosty summer camp there. But I love they wrote down our metric of success is not baptisms at the end of the week, but how our campers love and live like Jesus the 51 weeks they're not at camp. And the direct result of the camper success is how great of staff success they have. And so we are imploring you, hey, what are you doing this summer?
You want to have a really rewarding experience where you also get paid?
Choye!
Cho-Yeh, I do. I think one of my favorite parts of this and learning about their company is that they have the URL bestsummerjob.org. Not bad.
That is a great
I think that's pretty cool.
URL. Yeah.
Bestsummerjob.org. So you can check them out there. Cho-Yeh camps. Let them know you heard about them from Ghostrunners if you're maybe a college student and are thinking about applying to work there.
Yeah, you can work the whole summer. You can be flexible on your schedule. If you need time off or whatever, they can work with you. Adam is just a really awesome, solid guy. I've talked to him on the phone multiple times. Every time I get off the phone, I'm like, these guys are legit. This is a great organization. It's a great camp. Obviously, Jake and I have been very, very strongly formed and affected by our work at a Christian summer sports camp. And we just have so much great things to say. My main thing that I love is obviously we've affected so many kids at camp, but beyond that, I've been so blessed by the friendships that I've gained from camp. You work with somebody for 2 months and you become brothers with them. It's like, it's an amazing family atmosphere. And so if nothing else, we always joked at camp, like, hey, would you rather be here or doing an internship at Merrill Lynch? I think I'd rather be at Choye than Merrill Lynch.
Merrill Lynch doesn't sound like any songs that I can think of. No.
Merrill Lynch. No. Choye, 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 Choye. And so check it out. Bestsummerjob.org.
There it is.
Bestsummerjob.org. Camp Choye.
Let them know
Shout
you
out
heard
to
from
the Camp Choye. Love you guys.
Cool. Brad, I went on a double date last night. Me, Rachel Coop, Garrett and Peyton Gibson.
Can we normalize double dates being when you guys literally play chicken? Like you have Rachel on your shoulders the entire date?
Like a double-decker date.
Yeah, like a double-decker date.
We can normalize that.
I like the idea of every time you hear the word double date, you just think of that. It doesn't have to literally be that.
But you imagine Rachel on my shoulders.
Can we normalize imagining Rachel on your shoulders every time you say double date?
It's good by me.
Okay.
Choye. Anyway, went on a double date with them, which is fun. Peyton had a birthday yesterday, so a little reason to go out.
Happy birthday,
I didn't
Peyton.
know that when I texted them to go on a double date.
No way. You really?
No.
Cho-Yeh? Choye?
I texted Garrett like last weekend, I think, and I was like, hey, you did a double date? And he was like, no. And I was like, good, I'll make some freaking candles anyway. But then he was like, oh, Peyton's birthday's Tuesday, yada, yada.
Oh,
anyway,
okay.
So what I was going to tell you about, actually, before we get to that, I feel like this is kind of a funny thing. Peyton had got a haircut the day we were with her, which would have been yesterday. And she made some little comment. She's like, yeah, I did get a haircut. Garrett did not notice until I had to tell him. And we were laughing. I was like, dude, how bad would it have been if as soon as I get to dinner, I'm like, oh, what's up, Payne? Happy birthday. Love the new haircut. Like, I just would have been the worst guy of all time. So like Garrett and I made a pact. I think I need to make this pact with all of my guy friends. At no point will we ever make any kind of comment about any change that might have happened with the lady in our lives. Okay. Just in case we ourselves have not noticed it and observed and pointed it out yet.
Because can I say I have been the Jake to the Peyton before.
And I think you and I are likely to do something like that.
Yeah, where I'm like, hey, did you cut your hair shorter? She's like, yeah, I cut like 5 inches off. Yeah.
And my husband hasn't said a word.
Yeah, I can't remember specifically when I did it, but I said something like that. And it wasn't like he never noticed, but it was like, yeah, he didn't notice for like 3 days or something.
And as soon as you're like, hey, welcome in. Whoa, haircut.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, oh, you got, highlights in your hair. Yeah. So-and-so didn't notice. I was like, okay, I guess I didn't notice things like that. But
people probably have some stories about that.
Can we normalize not complimenting somebody else's wife?
Just in case, if it's about like a change or like an adjustment, just be wary of it.
Okay.
That was kind of fun. But so, yeah, we got hiboshed together and then we went to a new business. It's in Overland Park. And this is not a brand deal, although I am going to reach out to them because I'm such a raving fan. Like, I don't know if we should be promoting them for free. Who cares? They're awesome.
Yeah.
They're a company.
Continue good.
Captivity. They're a company called Breakthrough.
Okay.
Have you ever heard anything about this?
Maybe. Is this?
You probably heard of the word breakthrough.
Yeah, I think that was like 80% of all youth groups names back in the day.
That could be what you're thinking of.
That or Threshold. No.
Ignite.
Yeah. The Gathering. Is it the one that's like you pay for?
Yes.
I've heard of this. Yes. Go ahead. No, sorry.
No, I was messing with you. This one where you pay? Yes. Okay.
Is this that business where you give them money for something?
Is this the business that's like a capital, like free market? Yes.
From what I understood about this one business that my friends Todd that listens, Todd and Whitney were talking about, they went on a date to this place where like the games are ever changing. And you like get like either 2 or 4 hours to play as many games as you want.
Okay, this actually is. You
got the same place.
Shout out Todd and Whitney.
I think, when I said you pay, I think I could tell like we're on the same wavelength.
He gets it. He knows what I'm about to say next.
Yeah.
Okay, so I saw like a couple little things about it. Didn't see much. Saw enough to be like, this is fun. I want to invite my fun friends to do this along with us.
Yeah.
Because all the website says, all I really had to go off of is Breakthrough, which they're doing the thing where there's no E or A in break. So it looks like Burke through.
Okay.
Burke through.
Never been a fan. Well, whatever.
Brand new social gaming destination designed for teams of 2 to 4. So I was like, oh yeah, I like games like social. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Didn't know what to expect. We kept the girls in the dark. Garrett and I just playing this.
Cool.
And what it is I see why 4 hours is an option. They have, I think they said 37 rooms. It could have been a million. I don't know. Different rooms. You get a little wristband. You scan in before each room. It's all very high tech. And what you're doing is you're walking into a room and you don't know what the game is going to be. It's like playing Mario Party in real life, but with no like prompt or instruction. It's just like, this is going to be just like a mini game.
Cool.
And all the mini games have a level of like, they kind of feel like escape roomy a little bit. Because half the battle is trying to figure out like, how does this game work? All right, now the score is counting down. We got to hurry and do it. And it is so fun. Each room you walk into, it'll tell you if it's like skill-based, mental-based, or athletic-based.
They tell you that before you walk in?
Before you walk in. It's like, oh, let's do an athletic one to start.
Yeah, you're hyping yourself up for that at least.
Dude, and it is so fun.
Really?
I mean, we already like want to go back immediately because we didn't get to see everything. There was so much like that we didn't get around to. So many things we didn't score high enough on. We got like, they had one called Prison Break. Well, Prison Bark. No E-R-A in it. Prison Break. And we never got out of prison. It's like, we got to go back.
Okay, but you can go as many times and it's the same. Every time you go into the room, it's the exact same game.
Yes, we just kept rescanning.
So is it like, are there long lines for certain ones or anything like that?
You would think. I think they do limit the amount of people because Rachel and I looked into going earlier and it was like, hey, we're sold out.
You can do that. Did you make reservations then?
Yeah, you should.
Oh, I see. Because from the very little I heard about it from Catherine, who heard about it from Todd and Whitney, is they're like, do 4 hours. I know that sounds crazy.
I wish I would have known that.
But you should do 4 hours because 2 hours is not enough time.
It was not enough.
Cool.
Not nearly enough time.
So you're into it.
We were so in. It was so funny. We leave and Rachel and I, the entire drive back, we're talking about the games. We're talking about Prison Break. Like, how do we get out? Like, what is the sensor at the end? And even when you get to the end, there's numbers. And we're like coming with these theories. And while we're talking about it, I get a text from Garrett that says, I bet we needed to crawl. And it was so funny. Like, just out of context. He didn't need to explain anything. And I knew exactly what he meant. And I was just like giggling and not to be confused with jurgling.
Yes.
Just giggling. And I was like, that is so funny. I was like, dude, Rachel and I are having the same conversation. And like, I think you're right. We never tried crawling.
Really?
Maybe the sensor is like, 4 feet off the ground.
That is so fun.
So it's just so fun because it's like, you could even go back, like, even if once you've played all the games, I think you could still go back and play it again. Where like an escape room, once you've done an escape room, not fun to do it again.
Yes.
This, there's still an element of like, all right, that, even though I kind of know how it works now, it's still fun. But there's nothing like the first time walking in and truly not knowing. I mean, you're just visually stimulated. Like, what in the world? It could be the size of a basketball court. It could be a tiny little closet. Sometimes you walk in, it's just like wiffle ball throw. Like, fun.
Yeah.
We're just throwing wiffle balls.
Well, so from what I understand, though, like the games change pretty regularly.
And I think that's smart on their part. They probably should change them out on a regular basis.
You better go back soon if you want to try to get out of prison.
Oh my gosh.
Do you think about that though? For real? Like,
we got
I don't know how often they change it. Maybe it's once a month. Maybe it's whatever.
Honestly, I got a text here. We got to go back this weekend. We got to go ASAP. It's just so fun. Look, if you have one in your area, if you're in Kansas City, you should go.
Cool.
We're not getting paid to promote it, but it was just so fun. We had a blast doing it.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
fun.
we got so sweaty during one game, which is embarrassing. We're like all dressed pretty nice. It's a nice double date.
You just went on
Rachel's
hibachi.
on my shoulders.
Yeah.
And we were all
that's
sweating.
why you couldn't get you out of prison. Is you had girls on your shoulders.
It was just this fun game. It was just very simple. It was all just like, you're in this big room that's kind of like maze-like a little bit. There's pillars in the middle. You have to go around, whatever. And there's just little buttons. It's very simple, like almost like a remember those infomercials where like it's a nightlight and you just like tap it or whatever. Yeah. It was like those little buttons all over the room, and all it was just when your light flashes, you got to hit it.
Okay.
But there's so much ground to cover that you can't just stay put and like, all right, I'm just gonna look at these 3.
Yeah.
So you are scrambling.
Yeah. No wonder you're sweating.
And we realized the most efficient way to get the back room covered is 2 people have to be circling the pillar in the middle because there's too much to look at all at one time. So the best way is what do we call it? Like like oscillating or like you're like the earth revolving around the sun, whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
We had different names for all different. It was just so fun. Everyone needs to do it. Anyone who's fun would love it.
Do you think it's more like what aspect is the most fun thing about it? Is it the fact that you don't know what's going to happen and then it's just like you have to react and do it really quick? Or is it like the games themselves, or is it the people? Like,
I think it's the strategy of like, all right, we've understood how this game works now. Now let's try to score as high as possible. Like, what is the optimal way to play this game? That's what's so fun.
And do you tell them when you walk in, there's 2 people or 4 people? I guess if you're scanning.
Yeah. So it's like, we're a group of 4.
Because then they can change like, okay, if only one person's circling the pillar,
no shot. You could do the riot room with 1.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But it's all very interactive and like you could scan your thing and it'll show you on a TV like how you're doing against all the other people there that night.
So it's competitive.
It's competitive.
Like, let's do it.
We got to book a 4-hour session.
I know we just did a company retreat, but that one didn't have enough morale boosting. And hey, let's talk about it real quick. We have 2 new unofficial employees of the Ghostrunners / Jean Shorts. Their names are Catherine Ellis and Rachel Cook.
Oh, I was like, what?
You're like, whoa. I don't know.
Because I thought you
call them contracted.
Yeah, Connor Kelderman's like they are contractors. Talk about it.
Yeah, so a few different pieces of content that are coming out. We had, you've already seen it on Jean Shorts. We did a video with Rachel and Catherine.
So fun.
We didn't even do a video with them. They just did the video.
They did a video.
Yeah.
We're getting more comments than we've ever gotten on a YouTube video in a long time. And so many comments are like, sorry, Jake and Brad, this is their channel now.
They did great.
You got to hand it over now.
It was things my wife never says. And it was really easy for us to write it. And really fun. And, we had this idea, but as I'm writing, I was like, let's hold loosely to this idea because I don't even think Catherine's going to do it. Like, and Catherine did awesome. Rachel did awesome. Just the fact they did it at all was so sweet of them. And they were so funny, so like sarcastic and hilarious. Few great bloopers in there, whatever. Check that out. And then actually Wednesday. So if you're listening to this on Monday, 2 days from now, if you're listening to this on Tuesday, 1 day from now, if you're listening to this on Wednesday, now, if you're listening I'm kidding. We have another segment coming out on our Wednesday episode, Wednesday episode that comes out on Wednesday of the Ask the Girls. We're just having a segment with them and we just asked them a bunch of questions and just had a bunch of fun hanging out with them together. So
super fun.
Super fun. I can't wait to do it again. Catherine had a blast. Rachel had a blast. Anyway, fun to get more time with them. It was the first time ever we'd had all 4 of us together on the podcast. And so, anyway, we're really excited for Wednesday's episode. Yeah,
got a little cozy. Yeah, Wednesday is going to be very, very fun.
Very fun.
Rachel and Catherine, if you liked them, you're going to get more of them.
If you don't like them, well, after you listen to them, you're going to like them. I hope.
Yeah.
So anyway.
It is fun. I'm looking at the comments now. This is just most recent. I'm not even sorting by the good one, but just by the recency. It just says, Catherine and Rachel are lovely and hilarious. Never forget how lucky you guys are to have them. Next comment. These two dominated this video. Well done. Next comment. So awesome. Next comment. Love the women. Love it. Love this. Wow, they're so good at this. Great comedic timing. Definitely more videos with them. It's just nothing but love for the girls. I mean, I could just go over and over and over.
And Catherine was so sweet and like, so like, I don't even want to read the comments because I'm worried that they're going to be mean. I was like, you don't understand. Like, people are so nice and you did such a great job and people are so, encouraging. And so, yeah, I'm so glad that everyone loves it.
You're like, and Catherine also like, Jake and I wrote the video, so it's going to be hilarious. So people are going to love it.
It's really good content. Yeah. Also true. Anyway.
So fun to have them help us. I always am so appreciative and always make sure I tell Rachel, like, thank you for helping me out with my job and my career. Like, I don't want to take it for granted that you were just so easily supporting me.
Yeah, I try to tell her every time we're at her house, like, thank you for letting us use your house. I know that this would be hard for me, if I felt like people were always hanging out. Granted, it's two people that hopefully she likes a lot, but
granted.
Still. Anyway,
so, that's fun. Just wanted to talk about, Breakthrough and the girls. All fun stuff. All fun stuff. What do you think, Brad?
I think it's time to go.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let's do our reviews of the week.
Let's do them.
Let's get after them. Where was the one I had?
Mine, I'll do mine while you're looking. Mine's coming from Gucci Maris. You think that's Roger Maris's handbag?
That's funny.
Gucci Maris is a 5-star review. It says Ghostrunners, and in parentheses, don't fight the new drug. It says there are many addicting substances out there, from Oreos and apple cider donuts to prednisone and inappropriate happiness. However, in my experience, there's nothing more addictive than listening to two Midwest best friends just talking. Sorry, can we go back? That's a really funny first sentence. I want to read it again. There are many addictive substances out there, from Oreos and apple cider donuts to prednisone and inappropriate happiness. However,
great inside jokes.
Yes. Yeah. Really funny. However, in my experience, there's nothing more addictive than listening to two Midwest best friends just talking about their lives week after week after week. You guys manage to be funny and real and wholesome all at once, and it's such a cool thing. Thank you for brightening my week and for making me laugh when I'm feeling down. You guys rock.
Let's rock. Let's rock today.
Thank you, Gooch.
Mine comes from username says, I'm a ghosty. So shout out to you for like, just permanently, you are a ghosty.
I'm a ghosty.
And as far as iTunes is concerned.
Right.
It says, my 7-year-old always wants to listen to podcasts with me. And with Ghostrunners, we finally found one that we both enjoy. Clean content that is hilariously funny with hosts that are kind, principled, good adjective. Thank you. And down to earth. We look forward to Mondays and can't wait for our Wednesdays to get even better. Keep up the great work, Jake and Brad. Y'all are awesome. I love that.
You're awesome.
Thanks. I'm a ghosty.
I'm a ghosty. That's her username.
Username. I'm a ghosty.
You sound old when you call it a screen name. That's her screen name.
Yeah,
right?
That was her chosen screen name, I suppose.
Awesome.
Okay, Brad, would you like to end this episode with somewhat of a jingle?
Yeah. How about this? There's a lot of ghosties that contributed this one jingle together. And for the longest time, I've been putting it off because it's really hard. And I'm not doing it today. I'm putting it off one more week. But I'm previewing it now, a cappella.
Okay.
And this is me saying, I'm going to learn this for next week. So look forward to this jingle. It's inspired by Lin-Manuel Miranda's screenplay Hamilton. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I have. I was going to say, while this is just kind of a dress rehearsal, can you please mention Cho-Yeh somewhere in the song, please?
Oh, great. And it says ghosty a few times. I think I'm actually going to read Cho-Yeh.
Perfect.
Okay. I think that's what I'm looking here. I'm a Cho-Yeh with all I got. I'm a Choye with all I got. Yeah, I know all the stories. My heart's in Kansas City, and I'm a Choye with all I got. Oh, did I get a little more Lin-Manuel here? I'm a Choye with all I got. I'm a Choye with all I got. Yeah, I know all the stories. My heart's in Kansas City, and I'm a Choye with all I got. That's my preview.
It'll sound better in music, guys.
I thought it sounded really cool, man.
And just think how much better.
Think about how much better it was.
It will be.
Yes. Did the Chiefs win the Super Bowl? Do you remember?
It's hard to know now when we record this.
It's hard to know.
I want to just sit on the fence. I just, other than being a fan of the Chiefs, if the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, that means Wednesday or whenever the parade, we get to go make a jean shorts video.
Yes. Talk about a win on Wednesday.
Yeah. because a lot of you guys have probably, some of you guys have probably seen it. I know it was probably one of the first videos we put up on Patreon potentially, or people have talked about it before, but when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl in 2020, Brad and I went and recreated a couple other videos we've done in the past where we went and to the Chiefs Super Bowl parade and just interviewed people and tried to make it fun. We were with our friends. Brad's dad was saving a spot in line for us. Of course, Isaac filmed it for us. It was super cold. It was snowy and it was so fun.
Yes.
And I know people loved it. Derek, who, you guys know and has worked with us, he has always been like, you guys need to do more videos like this. We're like, hey, the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, we will.
Yeah.
We made that video, 3 years ago and just posted it to my personal YouTube, which was kind of just a landing spot for it. I got like 5,000 views. But now if we could do a video like this, which is so fun, at 150,000 subscrirbers.
Yeah, I know, dude.
That's why I want the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl.
Yes, it's going to be so fun. Yeah, just to have an excuse to do a video like that is always good. Because it's not like Kansas City doesn't have huge events all the time that we can just be like, yeah, let's go, Taylor Swift concerts. Like Taylor Swift comes once in a, blue moon. I was trying to think of more creative things, but anyway.
once in a pleat press.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully we're filming the video if you're listening to this on Wednesday. If you're listening to this on Tuesday, hopefully we're filming a video tomorrow.
One day away, Wednesday. No, but hey, great episode. Hope you guys are having a good Monday and a good week ahead of you. Thank you for supporting us. Check out Cho-Yeh. Check out our Patreon if you want to be a part of the show. Ghostrunners.life.
Part of the Cho. / job.org. Part of the Cho.
Oh, yeah. You can also be a part of the show. Go to our website, hit the interact tab. We got ghost stories, voice memos. A lot of things for you to be a part of.
You can still ask the girls some questions for next time. I mean, lots of fun stuff. So
the Wednesday episodes are for you guys to be a part of it. Our co-hosts, co-ghosts.
Yes, right. I like that.
There we go. Okay. Have a good week.
Love you guys. Love you, Catherine.
See you guys.
Bye.